Chief Security Officer, SCG President, and your encouraged members of the press. For some time now, because of the policy thrust of the present administration and our zero tolerance for corruption, corrupt practices, and even intention. Your students or the students that are here, about 196 of them, were muzzled and certain monies collected from them. We call it registration. We don't know registration for what, but we discovered through our investigation in cooperation with the chief security officer that those monies were not supposed to be collected. And we approached the relevant departments and had the monies retrieved because we know that there were illegal collections. These monies have been lying in the custody of the bank and were held up by this banking policy. Otherwise, I know that in a characteristic nature, this money will have been refunded to the student. So the purpose of which we are gathering this morning is for you to give directive on what should happen to the money that has so far been collected from the department. The students are here who may have been victims or who either they are either victims or people that the monies were collected from. Thank you.
Director Servicom and the Chief Security Officer. I want to appreciate you both for making this event possible, getting back in particular the monies that were collected illegally from students. And this is the second time we are making these refunds.
What time?
The third time.
Yes.
We have made refunds before twice, and this is the third, and we'll continue to make such refunds. What I would say here is that we are starting a new academic session. And I know that this is a time that many of us who are in position want to get all sorts of monies from students in the name of anything. Students should do well to report. I'm sure you already have the list of approved charges. If there is any student who does not have it, the person is an unserious student. We have circulated them. They were posted by right from the other SUG to this SUG. They have been posting them. The one we have approved that should be paid. If you are in doubt, let us know. If you are asked to pay anything outside those charges, let us know. We will get back the money and we'll refund it to you, just the way we are doing today. So what I would say here is that now that we are starting a new session, our eyes should be opened, and make sure that if you are getting to report anything that you see, have your facts. Either you have the receipt you are paid, or you know that your name is being written somewhere, let us know. Don't just come and tell us stories that we can't verify, because it will be wasting our time. We will go chasing shadows. We want to go out, leave our offices, go out and get informed information, information that we can work with. So it's not something that I need to keep people waiting. I'm happy the money, I had asked for this money during the bank. They told me the money was lodged then in the bank and they couldn't really get the cash. I'm happy the chief security officer has brought the cash now. And as soon as people have the list from the department, the money will be disbursed. As far as we are concerned, monies have been refunded. For whatever reason it was collected, it may have been a genuine reason, but it wasn't approved. May have been a very genuine reason why the money was collected. And if you saw in that list where we approve other levies and other charges, I stated that if any department has need for any money to be so collected that is not listed there, that department should write for approval. Perhaps if the department are written to approve for approval and we approved it, we will not have asked the person to refund. But once you collect without the approval, you refund. Today I treated a department that is asking students to pay 3,200 for field trip. Of course, they have to go on field trip. It's part of their course. Once that is approved, they are free to collect it. But if it's not approved and you collect, we'll go after you, you refund it until we approve it before you collect. Once it's not captured in that list where students are to pay other charges. We do this to protect you from uh, exploitation or anything or abuse, because I know times are hard with us, especially that they have not paid us our 8 months salary, but you are not the one owing us the money. Times are also hard with you because your parents too are in one way or the other affected with the economic crunch and hardship the country. So while we who earn salary are having it difficult, I know that you will have it much more difficult than us. And that is the only reason why we are trying to protect you. Not because we want to ridicule our colleagues, no. Not because we want to go after our colleagues, no. But we think that it's just necessary that we all must obey the rules and regulations, policies of the university. Just the way I want students to obey rules and regulations is the same way we want our colleagues, staff, to also obey rules and regulations.
So when speaking with the director of Servicom, this is what he said.
People, good afternoon out there. This is UNICAL 103.5 FM. We are live here at the Senate Chambers, University of Calabar. My name is Sika. But actually, we am the Vice Chancellor of University of Calabar, Professor Florence Banku Obi. Actually, trying to make sure that all students get their right. And we've heard of some particular department exploiting Nigerian students. And today we are live here at the Senate Chamber. The particular department actually found after due investigation, they were saying that this money was just collected from this student. This student were exploited, and we are live here with Professor Patrick Gaga, who happens to be the director of Servicom University of Calabar. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
So at first, bravo for your work so far, and we've seen your work so far when it has to be with Servicom here at University of Calabar. We're talking about the refunds of money. What was the modalities put in place for this to be uncovered?
Well, it is not my place to give you the details of our investigation. The important thing is that the students were charged over and above what was prescribed by Senate
Okay.
or what is also disallowed by Senate, because any dues, legal or whatever that is charged on students is supposed to have approval from Senate. So anything that happens outside Senate approval is illegal and should be returned to students. So all we do is that once there are complaints from such areas or we uncover that such things are happening, we follow up. That is the office of Servicom will follow up,
Okay.
do the proper and detailed investigation. And once the investigation proves that whatever our fears were are founded, we make sure that such reforms are made.
Right. So, as a professor, is there any channel where Nigerian students can actually report in case something like this happens?
They are aware that Servicom office, just like a police office, is open 24 hours a day.
Okay.
My number is available to them. But if they do not have my number, they can again have the opportunity of having my number. My cell phone number is 0803 708 4414. I say that again, 0803 708 4414. My phone is open 247. You see, the challenge we are having, though you didn't ask me, is the fact that reportage or the people who are complainants are very few.
Okay.
Most times they are not bold. And the reason, like we have met some of the students understand, is that it is not our place to give out the names or reveal the identities of those persons who are either the enfranchised or who are complaining.
Okay.
In other words, if you know you have a genuine complaint, come to us, reach us by phone, send a text message. You may include their name, but the name will not be used as evidence.
Okay. Okay.
So that even if you are a student, for instance, in a particular department and you feel that you are being cheated in your department and you feel that you report, the fact is that these students on their own believe that lecturers have a kind of a syndication. They have a kind of circle that nothing happens. But you see, since we started this fight beginning from last semester, there is a level of serenity. The school has, like the army will say, is getting its head dressing. Everybody is sitting up. The students know their rights. The lecturers too know that there's a level to which the students can comply with certain demands.
So thank you so much, sir. I think sir, you mentioned one of the challenges. I feel now Nigerian students are aware that it will be an anonymous report where if you send this report, your name, department, faculty will not be exposed, so that you might feel that these lecturers might actually come after you. Know your report with Servicom is actually safe. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. So like you've seen so far there behind is where they actually sharing the money. Well, you have complained as a Nigerian student, please do well. Like the director has said that Servicom office is like a police office and it's open 247. So thank you very much, sir.
Speaking with one of the students, he said they were not exploited, but were getting refunds for money they paid for practical which did not owe. This is what he said.
We're still live here at the Senate Chambers, University of Calabar, where we noticed earlier that some students were actually exploited in a particular department, and they are here to get their refunds for their money. So kudos to Servicom there. We just spoke with the director of Servicom, Professor Egaga Patrick, and he has said that students who have these challenges can actually do this reporting, and something like this will definitely happen. So with me here is a someone welcome read, and please your name and department.
Zev Victory, Department of Genetics and Biotechnology.
Okay, so what really happened that you guys needed this refund?
Okay, we are not really exploited actually. The issue is that um, the money was collected for our practical, but due to the kind of rush in the academic session, we couldn't
Okay.
carry out the practical. So the department decided to refund us the money.
Okay. So it was for a practical, and the practical did not hold.
Yeah, you know.
So you guys are actually for refund. Okay. So that means normally has this practical been holding?
Yes, I've been holding other years.
Okay. So that's just that for now. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Okay, so we really gotten the right information here that it was not about them being exploited, but they paid for their practicals, and at some point they couldn't go with their practical due to how the semester was very short, and that's why they are here to get their refunds for their practical. My name is Citadel of Learning, UNICAL 103.5 FM.